The Day Father Left, A Soviet Childhood Story, Episode 3. Part 1. Cracks in the Silence. By the time Andrew was nearly 2, the soft warmth of his early days had begun to fade. The little apartment on the first floor, number 3 in the gray 5-story block, still echoed with the laughter of children, but a new, heavier silence had crept in. The kind of silence that sits between the lines of conversation, that hides in glances and grows in the shadows of routine. The house, built on ground once soaked with water, had begun to betray its age. The basement smelled of dampness and rusted metal. Pipes moaned through the night. It was as though the building itself could sense what was coming. Olya, Andrew's mother, was tired. The kind of tired that sinks into bones and doesn't leave. She worked long hours at the polyclinic registry, then rushed home to care for 2 children, clean the ever-dusty flat, boil potatoes, sweep crumbs, and sew clothes that were always a size too small. She loved her children, Lena and little Andrew, but her patience frayed at the seams. Yuri, the father, came home late more often than not. He said work at the construction site was piling up, or the director held him longer. But the truth sat elsewhere. He felt unseen, unneeded. His once strong hands that wired buildings together were useless at home, where every effort was met with silent disapproval, or worse, indifference. Part 2. Under the Same Roof. Andrew, barely walking steadily, sensed everything. The tension, the distance, the way voices rose and fell like storms. His world was his mother's lap, his sister's songs, and the low, quiet hum of the television, showing endless parades and winter comedies. But some nights, he would wake up to muffled arguing in the kitchen. Words he couldn't understand, but tones he'd never forget. «Ты совсем меня не слышишь? Я устал! Я больше не могу так!» Cabinet doors slammed, then silence. Lena, 2 years older, would pull the blanket over his small body and whisper, "Shh, it's okay. Go to sleep. I'm here." Part 3. A Glimpse into Loneliness. Yuri had stopped coming home on time. Sometimes he wouldn't come at all. He claimed to sleep at the site or stay with a coworker. But Olya knew. Everyone knew. Even the babushki sitting on benches by the entrance would whisper when she passed. Andrew would crawl to the door each night, sit, and wait, just in case Papa came home, just in case tonight was different. But the door stayed closed. Part 4. The Goodbye. That wasn't. The morning Yuri left was like any other. Gray, quiet. A smell of boiled eggs and black tea filled the room. He kissed Lena on the forehead. Andrew reached out for him with sticky fingers, holding a broken toy truck. Yuri ruffled his hair, lingered for a moment, and left, not like a storm, but like a sigh. A soft vanishing. He didn't take much, just a small bag. No dramatic exits, just less of everything from that day on. Andrew sat near the door again that evening, but it never opened. Part 5. What Remains. Olya never spoke of Yuri after he left. Not to her kids, not to her friends. She grew quieter, sadder, but stronger. She became the wall her children leaned on, even if that wall had cracks. Lena took on more, brushing Andrew's hair, feeding him when Mama couldn't move from the sofa. And Andrew, even in his small body, understood something had changed forever. A father is not just a man. He's the sound of boots in the hallway, the strength in laughter, the safety in a hand to hold. And now, that sound was gone.